Hey everybody, welcome back to The Stuff of Legend. My name is D'Lo. I've got another fan casting video for you guys. We're going to be doing MCU X-Men, Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat. And this is going to be a really fun one because it's a character that is a very, very well-known character, very famous, and well-liked, very well-received by the fans. For those of you guys who have probably seen like X-Men Evolution, the TV series that ran from 2000 to 2003, or X-Men Pride of the X-Men, X-Men Last Stand, X-Men Days of Future Past. She's actually quite been a staple in many of the X-Men properties, including the 90s TV series, and most of the comics. I won't say all. That's just straight inaccurate. But she's been a fan favorite. Her and her dragon Lockheed. So I wanted to just get into this, and we can run through some of the actresses I think would do a really good job playing her in the MCU. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and hopefully I can jump over my screen to the next one. Very good. That'll do. Awesome. Before I started, I was having a little bit of technical difficulty. So my hotkeys were not working. I wasn't able to just transition into this scene. But thank you guys for bearing with me as I do this. I want to do this live so I could chat with you guys and we could discuss who the best actresses would be for this. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So first up, we have, let's see, Hailee Steinfeld, who is 22 years old and 5'8". She's got the appropriate look, I think. She's brunette. She's got slightly more tannish skin. And I think she's very like bubbly and fun, but she can also be quite spunky. She's from The Edge of 17, True Grit. Obviously, I said Bumblebee, Pitch Perfect 2. But she is a fan favorite to play this character. A lot of people really want Hailee Steinfeld to play her. And I think it would work out really nicely because Hailee Steinfeld really portrays, even though she's in her 20s, she can portray someone that is still a teenager and do it very, very well. So I think that she would be great. Look at this fan art. This is really good stuff. I think what they did was they took a cosplayer and overlaid Hailee Steinfeld's head and hair. Simple as it may seem, that is quite accurate to what Kitty Pryde is supposed to look like. Very accurate. Anyway, I think that Hailee Steinfeld would be awesome for this. And let me know if you guys feel the same way. Next up, we have Natalia Dyer, who is 22 years old and 5'4", a little bit on the shorter side, but that I think will work in her favor as she is the same age as Hailee Steinfeld, but she's supposed to be playing someone that is probably going to be much younger. I can't imagine that Shadowcat is going to be an adult during the X-Men as they enter the MCU. I imagine they're probably going to try to start with either the first five, or they're going to have the first five be kind of mentor figures at the Xavier Institute and then have younger students there as well. We still don't know how they're going to play that, but if they're going to go a little bit younger, you could play someone that's 22 like Natalia Dyer and have her still feel like a kid. In that same regard, she is here. I think she's the chick from, I believe, Stranger Things, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Stranger Things, Velvet Buzzsaw, I believe in Unicorns, and Hannah Montana the movie. And then she's actually also a top fan pick for the character. Not a ton of fan art of her, but a lot of side-by-side comparisons, as I think she has a lot of the same features and acting style that I think would be nice to see in the character. So let me know what you guys think about her down below as well. All right, next up we have Maia Mitchell, who's 25 years old. She's 5'6", a little bit taller and a little bit older, but she doesn't look that old. You guys know her from The Last Summer, The Fosters, Good Trouble, Teen Beach Movie. And then there is a few images here side by side of her so that you can see she looks very young. And she does look a great deal like Kitty Pryde with some more of the softer features, not as many sharp like chin or nose features like, say, Natalia Dyer had. A little bit closer to the Hailee Steinfeld look, which I think would work really well. So let me know if you guys like her for this role, or if you guys think that there should be someone else for this role. Now let's keep going to my next choices. Next up, we have Lily Collins, who's 30 years old and 5'5". Now again, we're getting a little bit into the older realm here, but 5'5" is not very tall. It's not the shortest person on this list, but she can play someone that is much younger. She was in Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile with Zac Efron. She was in To the Bone, Love, Rosie, and Mirror Mirror. I think this is a really good option if you want the younger X-Men to not be kids, if you want them to be maybe played roles in their 20s, I think that would be really good. Even though she's 30, she could still play someone a little bit younger. She has a very youthful look. And I'll show you some of the pictures here. Again, not all of these pictures are up to date, but still, I mean, you take a look and she does look quite young. Let me see. I think this is one here. Yeah, this is a side-by-side image. This one does resemble her quite a bit. If she were to just change the lipstick to something that was a little bit more of a brunette or brown tone, I think she would look a lot like Kitty Pryde. And it would be a really cool take on the character. So I love this actress, Lily Collins, and I think that she would do a really, really good job. Let me know if you guys feel the same way, or if you think, no way, dude, she's way too old. Or maybe you just don't think she's the right style for the role. Let me know. All right, next up, Millie Bobbie Brown at 15 years old. You guys obviously know her from Stranger Things. She was also in Modern Family, NCIS, and the recent Godzilla King of the Monsters, which I loved. And I thought she was a really good add into that cast. I thought the cast was actually really solid in that movie. It's a type of film that if you're not into Godzilla style films or giant monster type of films, it's going to be probably a little bit more difficult for you to enjoy or appreciate that film. I grew up on Godzilla. I loved it. And I thought that it was probably the best of all the Godzilla movies so far. In quality, in story, and with the action, I thought it was all a big step up. And Millie Bobbie Brown was no exception. She was very good in that. A lot of people have been casting her to play this role. If you want to go with a younger Kitty Pryde, younger Nightcrawler, almost X-Men Evolution level young, then this would be your actress here. Millie Bobbie Brown is very talented. I mean, everyone loves her in Stranger Things, but I really liked her in Godzilla because you get to see a different style of her performance. Very vastly different character, much more relatable, much more empathetic in Godzilla, I think, personally. And yeah, I think that she would be a really, really good choice for this if you want to go younger. Like this is her, basically. She kind of looks like a young Carrie Fisher. Or even like if you were to smash Carrie Fisher and Natalie Portman together, you'd get her. So I think that she's got a really good look for Kitty Pryde. So that's my thought there. Let me know if you guys think that her age is appropriate. If you want a younger Shadowcat, and if you think that Millie Bobbie Brown could get that done. All right, next up, Hayley Lee Richardson. Hayley Lee Richardson is 24 years old and 5'2". You've seen her in Split. You've seen her in 5 Feet Apart, The Edge of 17, and Support the Girls. Now, she is one of the shortest individuals on the list. And 24 years old, she's not the youngest. She's not the oldest. She's right there in the middle. So if you want a Shadowcat that is in the middle of, say, like either the end of her teenage years or the early 20s, she can play this. Again, very youthful. But she does have a little bit more of that kind of like wild side that Kitty Pryde has, like that kind of personality. I think she's just very bubbly and outgoing, and I think she could probably channel that into a very ferocious but also kindly Kitty Pryde. And so that's my thought there. I think that she would do a really good job. Really like this actress as well. I would want her to go a little bit darker with the hair just to make it more genuine brunette, to stick closer to the character. But that's my thought there. Let me know what you guys think about Hayley Lee Richardson for Shadowcat. Next up, we have Anna Kendrick. She is 33 years old. And she is 5'2", again, one of the shortest on this list, but also one of the oldest. So Anna Kendrick, obviously she would not be playing a high school version of Shadowcat. This would be if you want the X-Men to be much older, considerably, like if you have Cyclops, Jean Grey, Angel, and X-Men that are approximately that age. If you want them in their 40s, then this would be the Shadowcat you would want. Anna Kendrick, approximately that age. If you want them to be a little bit younger, if you want Cyclops and them to be like upper 20s, then you would probably cast someone a little closer to like 20 or even Millie Bobbie Brown's age. But I think that if you want an older Shadowcat, Anna Kendrick would be an awesome, awesome choice. Pitch Perfect, Twilight, A Simple Favor. You guys know her from Trolls. And check this out. This is some really good like fan art. She's one of the #1 most cast individuals for Shadowcat for sure. I mean, without exception, you can type in Shadowcat Fancast and you're going to get Anna Kendrick all day. There's tons of side-by-side comparisons. She does look a good deal like the role. I think she would play the role very well. And something that's also very interesting is that she actually campaigned with Ben Affleck before, I think it was before Batman vs. Superman actually came out, and Anna Kendrick was campaigning for the role of Batgirl. She never got it, but it would have been pretty interesting and pretty cool to see. But nevertheless, I think that it would be really cool to get her there as Shadowcat. So let me know what you guys think. If you are comfortable having a Shadowcat that's closer to 30, or if you want her to be a little bit younger and tell her story closer to her youth. So let me know how you guys feel about that down below. All right, next up, Kaitlyn Dever. She is 22 years old and 5'2", again, one of the shortest on this list, and around the 20s, early 20s. From Last Man Standing, Booksmart, which has been getting a lot of really good reviews this year, Men, Women, and Children, and Bad Teacher. I have not personally seen much of this chick. However, I've heard really good things, and I think she has the look. So going mostly for me on looks for this one, I know a lot of people are going to like balk at that, but I've seen her in some trailers. She looks talented, and everyone's raving about her right now. I thought that it would be really cool to throw her name into the mix. She's on a couple of people's like DeviantArt's charts for who he thinks should be the number one, like cast actress for Shadowcat. But I think that she has a really good look. She's like brunette, brown eyes. She's white. She's got that approximate look, a little bit more of like a blend of Natalia Dyer, but with the softer features of like what's her name? I'm forgetting her name. Hailee Steinfeld. That was what I was looking for. So Hailee Steinfeld meets Natalia Dyer. If you take the softer features, like the not so sharp jawline of Natalia Dyer, but you keep the rest of the features, I think that would basically be her. So let me know if you guys feel the same way. If you think that she would be approximately what you're looking for a Shadowcat. Do you guys like her work? Maybe let me know what you would like me to see of her work. If I'm going to see anything, it's probably going to be Booksmart. But it's just because I've been hearing a lot of really good reviews about it. So let me know down in the comments below. And we have Zoe Dutch. I'm not exactly sure how to say that last name, but I'm going to go with Dutch. So she's 5'4" and 24 years old. Again, a little bit shorter, but 24 years old, mid 20s. I think that she would probably be a really good choice. She doesn't look like she would play a high schooler per se. I think she would play someone that is coming out of high school if you're going to go for that approximate age range in her 20s. She looks her age approximately. And so from Dirty Grandpa, Why Him, Set It Up, Before I Fall, she was also on The Sweet Life on Deck, NCIS, Ringer, and The Politician. And there's not a lot of fan art for her in this role. However, I think this is one right here. Yeah, this is her. So this is a good image right here. So I think it's Jumpic did it, or I'm not sure exactly who uploaded this, but it looks really good. So I think that she does have the right look. I would just go a little bit more brunette on this one. If you like a Shadowcat that's in her 20s, then let me know about that. Do you prefer older? Do you prefer younger? And do you think that Zoe Dutch Zoe Dutch could play that role? Do you think that she would be able to pull it off even if you were going a little bit younger? Personally, I don't think that she would play the high schooler as well. I think that she would play someone coming up out of high school, graduating high school, heading to college, that kind of age. So let me know how you guys feel about that down below. And we have ODay Arush. ODay Arush is 22 years old. She is 5'4", same age, same approximate age and height. A little bit younger than ODay Arush. Zoe Dutch. So then ODay Arush is 22 years old, 2 years younger, and 5'4", same height. She's from Goosebumps, The Giver, Dumplin', Lady Bird, and I think she has a slightly different look than all the other ladies. A little bit darker, but I think her hair is a little bit closer than if you were going to go with like pretty much almost anybody else. I think that her hair would make it feel a lot more like Kitty Pryde. And I think that she would probably play the role really well. Maybe not better than some of the other names on the list. She's definitely not my number one pick, but maybe she's yours. So talk to me in the comments and let me know how you guys feel about ODay Arush playing Kitty Pryde. So that is my take. I'm going to screen back over here. Now, before we close out, I wanted to show you guys some fan art that I did myself for the Fancasting Summit. So I did this for X-Men, MCU X-Men #2, and I wanted to show you guys my Shadowcat art. So let's just take a look at this. So on the left, you have Natalia Dyer, and I just basically took an image of her and replicated the image above where she's phasing through a wall. And I'd put her in the costume, of course, and same with on the right, which is Hailee Steinfeld. So let me know which one of these you guys like the best. Does this kind of help you envision them a little bit more and put them into that category? Do you guys see them as that role? I want to hear from you guys about that, and maybe this does. Maybe these visuals are helpful for you. So with that said, I'll leave this here on the screen for a second, and I'm going to cut over to the comments where I'm going to read some of these. So first up, we have Jeffrey Lane. Jeffrey Lane says, hey everyone, she would be a good Shadowcat. Anna for Shadowcat. Anna, that meaning Anna Kendrick. Anna Kendrick, I do believe, would be an awesome Shadowcat. To me, it wouldn't matter as much if they were going to go a little bit older with the X-Men. I know a lot of people are going to really want like that lower tier of X-Men, like Nightcrawler, not lower tier in skill, but lower in approximate age in ratio to some of the other mutants. Nightcrawler being a little bit younger, and then Shadowcat being younger than that. I think a lot of people would want that, and I do too, to a degree, but I would be okay if they went older, as if they got someone really talented like Anna Kendrick. To me, that's a win-win situation, and I don't doubt that they would be able to tell a lot of great stories even if they were picking someone a little bit older, like in their 30s. So to me, that's a huge win. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna have to wrap this up, but I really appreciate you guys coming out for this video. Let me know in the comments. This whole thing is about me connecting with you so that we can figure out and talk with one another about who you think would be the best. So do you guys like the 10 choices that I laid out for you guys? Is there someone that I did not list that you think would be really awesome for the role of Shadowcat in the MCU? Let me know, because I want to have those conversations with you in the comments below. And anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up by clicking the thumbs up button. Also, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and please turn on notifications so you can be alerted right away when I go live next time. That way you guys won't miss a thing. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys stay tuned for more right here on The Stuff of Legend.